This is the Amp Hour Podcast. Released September 14th, 2025. Episode 702. Test Point Acupuncture.
Welcome to the Amp Hour. I'm Dave Jones from the EEV blog.
And I'm Chris Gamble of Contextual Electronics.
I hate laptops and batteries and weird shit.
Okay.
Guess what happened? Just before this show, I got a new refurb. I thought, oh yeah, I'll be smart. I'll save some money. I'll get a refurbished laptop, right? It's one of these Microsoft Surface things, right?
Okay.
And so I get it like it's near perfect, right? It's like it looks fantastic. It works. It actually turns on and everything. But I've got this weird fault with it though. And it's literally in the box. I'm going to return it now. But see if you've ever heard of any fault like this, right? The battery in it, like it came with like 70% charge or something. So I plugged in the battery last night. Sorry?
I said pretty standard, like that's the charging level for that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it's supposed to have like a 85% battery capacity or whatever, but you know, even like because it's used, right? So you're going to lose some of the original capacity. And we did the printout, like the diagnostic report for it, you know, ran the command line script, Sagan ran the command line script and everything, and did the battery health report. And sure enough, you know, it's lost some of its capacity, but batteries should still charge to 100%. Correct, right? They should still indicate 100%. So I plugged in the charger last night thinking, oh yeah, he'll use it tomorrow. And so he plugged it into the charger, came in woke up this morning, went to it and went, it's only got 40%. What the heck's going on?
So now I've had that happen before actually, and it was a bad charger though.
No, it wasn't the charger because we used another charger. And it wasn't the included one because he's got another Microsoft Surface, so we use that. Yeah, so it wasn't that. So and Windows indicated that it was charging, and the charging LED on the side and the little magnetic plug-in, you know, charger doodad, it all lit up. Windows lit up and said it's charging, but it didn't charge. It discharged overnight, and then when it hit 40%, it started charging and went up to 50%, and then stayed there. Flat. I can actually send you the graph of it.
Interesting.
But it just stayed flat. It stayed at 50% and just sat there.
You tried multiple chargers, you're saying?
Yes.
Because I've had that where it said it was at, you know, it was charging fine. It was a 20 volt charger or whatever, but it was just underpowered, so it wasn't outputting any actual current. And so it was like trickle charging at the right voltage, and it just never made it up there. And then the consumption of the machine would overtake the the charger, you know.
Yeah, but this it got to 40% and then started charging and went to 50. Here we go. I've sent you the graph, and you can see where there's a charge indicator where it shows last night I actually plugged it in. There's that little charge thing above it, right? Yeah. Like it's charging, yet it goes down. It goes down and down, and it hits 40%, and then it charges back up to 50, and then it stays flat at 50. Like what? How is this even possible?
Bitcoin mining any point throughout the night, you know?
No.
That is weird. Yeah. I'd say just from a warranty perperspective too. You know, they'll guarantee the lemon law kind of thing. Past a couple
I
days
send it back. Yeah, I simply I just print out the return label and I'll send it back, and it's like I expected the battery to have lose some of its original battery capacity, but it still should charge to 100%. Yeah. And there's a weird thing with the power button as well. Like it doesn't work. You have to actually hold it down for 10 seconds and cold boot it every time. So that's a weird ass laptop. So back it goes anyway. So speaking of weird ass.
Wait. I was gonna transition to. I mean, yes, weird ass is good too. I was going to transition to charging things. I'm actually finally, you know, now that we talk monthly effectively, my house has been running. Oh, yes. And it's basically just an appliance now, which is awesome. So
the battery's finally working because you did have, tell us that's right. You did have a.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even say what it was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All it was, last time we spoke, the system had been provisioned. It was on, and it was like not doing anything. It was basically like the Powerwall had charged up to 100%. And in this case, all it was just a loose RS-485 wire, because there's so like
Right.
it's on the batteries in the back of my garage, and the switch, like the controller box, basically is up at the panel right at the front of my house.
This is a Tesla Powerwall, right? I thought they were
right.
entirely integrated.
They are not. They are.
What?
So the charger, sorry, the inverter and the batteries are integrated, and they're I mean, they're gorgeous. They really are nicely designed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
this is actually the controller box that switches, and this might be regional. I don't know if it's different in other parts of the world, but this is the thing that basically tells the switches at the breaker and says, "Oh, actually, we're gonna back power now into the."
Oh, so it's got smart switches in the breaker, does it? It's got
exactly.
like right.
Well, it's its own control box basically. So the thing that backfeeds into the panel, that is where it shuts down. And so when the battery and inverter have power, but either I don't have clearance. So like if you don't have the permission to operate, then that will be off, right? So that basically any power that you try and backfeed it hits a brick wall. And so finally then, when you are ready to export power, that needs to be activated. Let me look up what they actually call it, the power wall, like switch matrix or something like that. It's something like that. They haven't.
Oh wow!
They haven't
I had no idea there was a separate box.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a one-box solution, which is very cool. Have you ever seen a teardown of the Tesla Powerwall?
Yes.
It's very impressive.
I think we talked about it here. It's very very nicely designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got cellular, it's got all that stuff, and then
You got to hats off to Tesla. They do engineering very well. As in the actual implementation of the engine, like physical hardware builds and stuff like that. They're very nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and so it's up and it's running, and like literally it's an appliance at this point that I just check the app and it's like, oh look, I generate less power than I thought I would. Universally, my friends told me that would happen, but that's fine. I think it's like. It's going to be more valuable over time as power gets more expensive from the provider, and honestly, just like how the time of year it is right now too. Like my panels are kind of like better suited for when like leaves fall off the trees, just because like I have one big tree that's in the way.
Right.
And
okay.
So, like,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because
they're like
fall now, as you guys call it, right?
That's right. Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
We're probably about like a month and a half from the leaves falling off the trees here, but already up north, they're starting to turn and fall off.
Right.
So, yeah.
Interestingly, though, trees and sun though. Where we've wanted to get these. Hang on, we've wanted just a little side tangent. We wanted
come back.
We wanted to get these like veggie pods, they're called, which allows us to grow our own veggies and herbs and stuff like that. And they're in these nice pod things, but we really don't have anywhere with sun. But we just trimmed back with suitable sun during the day. But we've just trimmed back our gigantic rows of trees out the front. So we're actually now we've actually got a greater sun angle there. So we've got more hours per day. So we trim like a meter.
You can buy more panels. You don't need veggies. Get more panels. You turn
buy more panels.
Turn electricity into veggies.
Really feeds us. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
I'll do a startup tech with
Yep. How about you could put solar panels up top, but then you have algae down below it, and then that feeds some I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we can eat microplankton or something.
Yeah, actually, I did. I was watching a thing about what was it? It was like oyster farming in the northeast of the U.S., and that's like coming back. And apparently oysters eat lots of algae. I did not realize that.
Oh, right. I didn't know. I didn't know what they ate at all. So
yeah, they're filter kind of bivalves. Right. So yeah. Plankton and algae.
Sorry,
and
that was a tangent. You were saying?
Yeah, no worries. So I started looking into this just because the app gives you like costs and like how much you're saving per day and stuff like that, and it's not a ton. It's fine. Right. But I started looking into just like power rates, and I think we talked about it on the show before, but it's like super cheap here. It's like some of the cheapest power in the U.S., not the cheapest. I think the cheapest
right.
is
Where does your state, because they're very state-based over there, where does the majority of your state energy come from? Have you got a local nuclear plant?
We do. Well, we have 4 nuclear plants in North Carolina, And it's like the mix
No
is like
wonder.
70% nuclear, and that's why it's
right.
cheap. Yeah, and
That's why it's
I was
cheap.
very
Yep.
curious about that. Yeah. So that's why it's like, I think it's like we're at like 12 and a half or 13 cents per kilowatt hour, which is nuts because it's like
Right.
I think the high. I was looking at the highest per state wise in the U.S. It goes like Hawaii is 41, California is like 38. And then down from there, but it's like
we're
orders of
probably
not orders of magnitude, but like multiples, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah.
We're probably 24 US cents per kilowatt
Oh, okay,
hour
that's
here.
less than I would have guessed. I thought you said it was more.
Okay. Well, we're about 35 cents, which is probably about 25 Yankee, 23 Yankee cents or something
got
like
it.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's high for here, yes, because we ban nuclear. We're stupid,
I think
even though we
anywhere
have
that
the
does
world's
it is.
largest
I
uranium
can't believe that Germany's going back on it. Like just like
They had them, didn't they? Didn't they have like a dozen
they
plants or
decommissioned.
something? And
Yeah,
they
they
decommissioned them
decommissioned.
all. Why would you do that? You went to all the effort to
I think it's
stupid politics. Oh my god.
I think that's a big
Yeah,
part of it. I think it's and
my
that's one of
God.
those things too where it's like when it goes away, it's the
Oh
time
yeah,
to start
no,
it back up is
it's hard to get it
significant.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. So-
Well, it's literally still banned here. We have both federal and state bans on nuclear energy. So like even if you wanted to do look, even if you're some rich billionaire, I'll build a nuclear plant for you. No, it's banned.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I was
so dumb.
curious about it. So, like, I was just kind of like using the dummy box and asking questions and stuff like that. So, take it all with grains of salt. But, like, rates, those are very easily look upable, right? That's fine.
Yep.
But the thing I was curious about was, like, the amount of waste generated, just because I was like, oh, well, like, it's higher than I would have guessed per plant. And it was something like 77 kilograms. Not kilograms. Was it tons? It was,
you're talking
it
about
was
the-
more than I thought per year. Yeah.
You're talking about the nuclear waste.
Yeah, waste product.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Duke Energy generation mix. Here we go.
It's actually what's more than you thought?
It's more than I thought. It's
Right.
kind of closer to like the kind of my initial idea on it. Like I think a lot of the modern stuff around it is just like if you look at like true waste of it, it's like like the offshoots from like a coal plant and stuff like that. It's like that's very, very high, right? But it's like in my head I was like, it's like making like buckets of nuclear waste, right? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So like the let me see if I can find that in here. Waste megawatts. That's not it. How much waste is generated? It says short
many
answer
barrels?
50
How
to
many
77,000 kilograms of nuclear spent per year.
per year.
So,
Is that
like,
one plant?
Per plant, yeah, exactly.
Per plant. Okay.
Yeah, Okania is the one of the local plants here, or like one of the bigger ones, and that's a 2.5 gigawatt plant, which is big, really big.
Yeah.
it says-
Offhand, I don't know what the biggest ones are, but it's around about that. I thought it's around it.
So
I don't
20
think
to
they get much
30
bigger.
metric tons of used fuel per 1 gigawatt per year. Per 1 gigawatt energy
Right.
year.
Okay.
Yeah. So like multiply that if you have a
Yep.
this is a 2.5
Yep.
terawatt plant. So yeah.
You
It's
can
just more than I thought. It's
reprocess
a lot,
it. Right?
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the scheme of things, it's not. It's still not.
It's also,
a lot, I
but
don't
also
think.
that's kilograms, and that's not like uranium
Yeah.
is a heavy material, and it's like
Yes,
maybe
yeah,
volumetrically that's not a lot
Yeah,
either.
it's 10 barrels or something, maybe.
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know,
I don't have an idea for that.
I don't know
so.
exactly how many barrels that is, but.
But again,
I was
it's more than
looking
I
into
thought,
the waste side of things because I always wonder. Oh yeah, we need these, hollowed out mountain solutions to store it and everything.
Yeah,
Apparently
right,
not.
exactly.
Apparently, you can just leave them there on site, just sitting in a concrete thing, and there's no excess radiation from them. You can stand right next to it, and it's not a problem. It's like
I would prefer
it's only
not
if it
to.
gets into the groundwater or something like that.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah.
apparently, it's not a problem. Apparently, the storage solution is not hard. You can just literally just leave it there, sitting.
The
in a
Simpsons would
concrete
have me
thing.
thinking otherwise,
So-
Dave. The
Yeah,
Simpsons.
exactly.
Right,
So
right.
anyway,
Don't
it's
let the
very
fish get to
interesting.
it.
So I'm kind of jealous that you guys have cheap nuclear power and we don't. But several other France is huge. France,
France
I
is
think, is
very
one of
big.
the biggest in the
They're
world.
an exporter. Yeah, they
Yeah.
export to
Oh
other
yeah.
countries.
Yeah. They're an exporter, aren't they? Yeah. crazy.
I got the numbers wrong too. So this is the nuclear is 53%, natural gas 33%, coal is 9%, hydro is 1.3, and
Natural
solar
gas,
is
that's
2%.
high for natural gas.
No, natural gas is a huge mix in the U.S. right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah,
Just build
not
a couple
really
more
actually. A
nuclear
lot of the
plants
coal
and you're done.
shale. No, I mean like the cost and just a lot of them are older. So like a lot of the
Right.
natural gas in the U.S. is very, very cheap because
Yes.
of coal sands. Sorry, what's it called? The stuff up north from Alberta
No,
and
okay.
stuff like
Right.
that, and then just fracking
Yep.
in the U.S. in general. But
Yep.
yeah,
Got it. Yep. Still, there you go. Interesting.
yeah. It's knowing the mix is very interesting. And
Oh, yes.
hey, I am an exporter now too, so I'm part of that mix.
Excellent. Yeah, but so someone
not
else controls
utility
that,
scale.
right? It's like they can pull it when they need it, right? It's one of those. That was part of the deal.
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
hasn't.
Or-
That's right. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. But that
okay.
is there.
Interesting. Right.
Yeah. It has been interesting watching like the. So we had one of my friends on who works for the DOE, and he was kind of telling us about the duck curve and stuff like that, like the
Yep.
the usage throughout the day and peaker plants, and like you and I talked about the how Australia is paying for batteries, and I was really surprised just how much a relatively small battery carried me through. So like I usually stop using power around noon, given where my panels are, and I don't start using power again from the grid till like 8 or 9 p.m. And so like
Right.
that carries me all the way through the dip in the duck curve, and like I think the only downside to my system that I could see being problematic
Yep.
from the grid perspective is like I don't have any like on a sunny day when it's not super hot out like right now, so like it's cooling off here, it's still super sunny, so like 3 p.m. right now my battery's full. If I'm not like the dryer's not on or I'm not like using the washing machine or something like that,
Right.
like there's nowhere for the power to go, so it's going back to the grid. So like
Yep.
me and all of my cohort here are dumping power on the grid.
Yes.
And that's probably right when like the equivalent when you are getting paid to take power. I'm guessing they're looking for the same thing. So like from a battery perspective, it makes a lot of sense. I think my prediction on this is that they're going to start trying to get consumers without solar to start doing it too, because like
Oh, yes.
where else are they going to
Yeah,
put that power, right?
Well, that is the problem that we've got here, which is why the new government just announced the $2 billion battery scheme,
Yeah.
where everyone gets a battery. You get a battery. You get a battery.
Oh, so
Because
there's
we've got
no
so much
solar
excess
tie-in.
solar.
Oh,
Sorry.
interesting. There's no like need to get a solar.
No,
setup
there's no
with
need.
it.
There's no need to get solar because we already have the world's largest uptake of home solar in the
Got it.
world.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
like
Yep.
almost 50% of the houses in Australia have solar.
Yeah.
It's huge, right? So we've got so much excess that we've got nowhere to store it. We've got nowhere to use it. So yeah,
So I could.
we've
I
kind of
bet
backed
that's.
ourselves into a corner there. Yeah,
I think
whoops.
we're right behind you, but also like the
You're
fact
right.
then a user. So now somebody around you, gets subsidized the battery, whatever. Then you take them out of that duck curve equation, right? Because
Yes.
the same problem happens is like if you are electrifying everything, like where do you, they all come home at 5 or 6 p.m. as well. They all
Exactly.
plug in their cars, turn on their stove, whatever, like do the wash. You still need to take it from somewhere. So like you either got to store it at grid level or store it in someone's house. And I'm
Right.
surprised at how much the battery carries me through to like 8 9 p.m. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ours barely lasts, which is why we're going to expand ours.
Yeah.
But I've got an update on this. One of my
Oh, yeah,
batteries,
cool.
died in quote marks. You know how I've got 5? I've got a big rack
Yeah.
of 6, but I've only
Yeah,
got 5 in there. One of them is playing silly buggers, so I had to shut it off. And we've tried to, like originally, I'm talking with Peter, who's been on the show before he actually designed the battery. And he seems to think, oh, yeah, I've got very early, like almost beta firmware in it or something. We need to upgrade your firmware, right? So he sent me the doodad, the remote doodad box, to try and so that he can update the firmware remotely. Somehow I killed that. And it's the second one I've killed. I don't know how. So he's going to have to send me a 3G, like a 4G modem interface
say,
or
Dave,
something for it.
if only you knew someone who works on IoT things that does over-the-air updates.
Well, you know, it's but no, I
right.
somehow I don't know. I killed this gateway thing which hooks up to the Ethernet, and it's just I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I killed 2 of them actually. So I
Two
don't
of
know
them?
something.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 because he
That's a
originally
special
gave
skill,
me
my friend.
one when I got the battery. Yeah, that's total skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you and me, we're on
So-
cut from the same cloth. I've killed many
Yeah.
things like that too. Yeah.
So he's got no idea how it happened. So anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to sort that out. So
Okay,
it could be like a weird firmware thing, and
Yeah, of
it's
course.
just automatically switching off, and
Hmm.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
not the actual battery part of it. I think it's
Got
just
it.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
Battery. The
something.
cells are still healthy. Whatever. It's just
There's cells are healthy.
the
it's
computer.
just-
The computer's
just
got
the
problems.
the old firmware, because I was kind of like not quite a beta tester, but I was a very early adopter of this
Yeah,
new
right.
battery. So
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we need
makes
to update
sense.
that anyway. So I'm expanding with hopefully a lot more of those
Cool.
soon. We're
Man,
getting our
that's
new pavers laid today outside the house because we had to get that
nice.
done before we could add the before we could install the battery. So that's been done
Yeah.
today.
Cool.
So yeah, hopefully we can get some follow up on that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, but I'm
You-
still at 20 kilowatt hour battery. So yeah.
Do you guys ever do the thing where you like just cut off your own access and you're just like, yeah, we're just like I have an option for it.
No,
like, to go
no, I don't want
off-grid.
to cut off.
I'm just
No,
like,
I don't want to go off grid. That's
Yeah.
dumb. That's
Yeah.
just the dumbest thing ever.
I could see it for like if people that were remote, that it'd be more.
Oh yeah,
more
totally.
of like a
if I was
test mode
remote,
for
yeah.
when things are
Yeah,
flaky or whatever. But
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
Hmm.
But when I install the new battery, I might install one of those reversing switches, so
Okay.
that I can power the entire house from the battery if the power fails.
Oh yeah,
might
that's what I
actually
meant.
do
Sorry,
that.
I didn't know that was.
Right.
That's what I was wondering.
Oh,
if you
okay,
Could,
right.
If you could do that and stuff. Okay, so
well,
that is like not
Peter
a normal
actually
mode.
recommended that I do that. He recommended that I power the entire house from the inverter, and then only if, something happens, do we switch back to the grid. But then it's like, nah, the inverter's only 8 kilowatts maximum. I'm going to have to get a new inverter, so I'm going to ditch that DI thing I've had so many problems with. Don't know which inverter, but 8 kilowatts. If we turn on all of our stuff, because our entire house is fully electric, everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it
So,
goes
like,
up
if we-
faster than you'd think too. Like
Oh
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
air
8 kilowatts
conditioning
sounds
and-
like a lot.
yeah,
Until you turn
right.
everything on at once. And then he said, oh, yeah, you'll have to do your EV from the grid, and then I'd have separate lines going everywhere. Like, it's like, no, I'll just keep going from the grid. So, do you have everything fully electric? What is your hot water from?
It's resistive. No, that's on the list of things to replace. That's a resistive.
Okay,
heater.
right.
It is
oh,
electric,
no,
but it's
with the battery, you want to change to a heat pump for that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
right.
we've been here a year. I got the
Yep.
panels first, so yeah, no, that's on the list.
And does that charge overnight? Like, does that do it overnight, or is it just a thermostat anytime it needs it, kind of?
Yeah, anytime it needs. Yep,
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
No,
certain
the-
members of my household are very particular about hot showers. They will go
yes,
nameless.
yes.
Nameless here.
Oh,
But,
yes, nameless.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I
There's.
also have nameless.
You may also
people
know
who-
that. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
The
that one
hot
is
shower
so that's,
dictates everything
fine.
we do. Yes,
Right,
everything we
right.
do.
Yeah, and we also have a weird thing. So like we have a garage apartment for when people stay, and so that's
Yep.
on a different. It's like sub panel. So that's
Oh,
actually
okay.
not
Oh, it's
metered
totally
at all.
different, metered.
So like
Oh,
there's a
it's
big.
not metered?
It's sorry.
What-
It's not
what you get
metered
free
by
power?
the. No. Sorry, it's not metered by the.
It's
by
separately
the-
metered.
It's not backed up by the Tesla Powerwall. How about that?
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
the power comes in from the grid to the electricity meter. It's then split into two 200 amp sub panels. One and remember,
okay.
200 amps in the US because it's lower
Yep.
voltage.
Oh, so your Tesla's only connected to one sub panel.
That's right, the one for my
okay,
main house.
gotcha.
Right, exactly. So
Cool.
and then, but then the garage, like even though the Powerwall's on the garage, it's not on the grid there. And so the second sub panel that powers the garage apartment, that's the one that would charges my car and stuff. So I don't like back that up or anything like that from, So and it's fine. It's fine. It's we don't use that much.
Excellent.
So, Yeah.
Interesting. So, are you aware of anywhere in the US, maybe you haven't looked, but are you aware of any state in the US that has a similar plan to mine where I get free power during a certain time window every day?
No, not that I've heard of yet. I said, I could see it happening with like uptake. You know, like
yeah,
I think you guys are just so sunny, and you had that.
Oh
big,
and we've got
incentive.
massive world's biggest uptake. Yeah, you combine those two things, and you can actually have too much solar, which is a weird thing.
Yeah,
right. So
I think there's too much solar, but there's too much solar if there's not enough grid storage, right? If there was like, if you guys had like a lot of hills and like water that you could pump up and down, and then it would be fine, right?
We'd be using that, but we don't. So no pumped hydro. Well, no, we do have a new pumped hydro scheme somewhere, but it's not in Sydney. So
right, exactly. Yeah, the distance matters too. Yeah.
Sydney's actually reasonable. Well, no, I am in the Hills district. It's in the name, the Hills. You know,
right.
But still, it's not conducive to such things.
Right, exactly.
And but no, you can solve that problem if you have smart solar inverters, which can be remotely switched off and things like that.
Yeah. Right.
And they're talking about that. I believe this new battery thing, you have to have an inverter that is at least capable of, in the future, of being remotely controlled by the powers that be. So, you know, that's like, so
that's like my wall,
can,
power wall.
Right. Yeah. So the only reason that excess solar is an actual problem is because they have no ability to turn it off. Right. Whereas if they're all smartly integrated and the grid controllers could just go, oh no, we need to turn this suburb off now, then boom, then you'd be able to solve.
It's almost like the inverse of like instead of drawing off the battery through the inverter to back power the grid, at the events they want to. Just
literally turn off the solar.
Yeah,
you turn off the solar, and the grid's stabilized again. Thank you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah,
right, and that's just like how that would just be them moving up the IV curve, right? I mean, that's like basically what they're doing. It's like whatever. It's like MPPT, but it's M is minimum, it's the maximum minimum power point tracking, right?
Minimum, right?
Yeah. Because that's like also when I was surprised when these things were off. I was like, well, what are they doing inside that box? And it's like, oh well, they're just opening up the switches, just right?
Turning off the relay,
yeah, and it can handle 500-600 volts that the panel strings at, and just not drawing any current. It's like, oh yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah,
so it's basically
the energy from the solar panels doesn't have to go anywhere. It can just sit there, and they have their open circuit voltage of any whatever it is per panel, and they just sit there, but. Yeah, but no, because we started solar early. We were one of the early adopters of solar schemes here in Australia. So they're all dumb inverters. They weren't connected, all that sort of stuff. So 95% of the country doesn't have smart connected solar inverters. So, oopsie.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyway, I am enjoying my 3 hours free per day. So we've got everything on timers now. So it comes on at 3 o'clock. As soon as 11 o'clock comes on, we plug in the EV, But we have the lifestyle to do this because she's usually home during the day because she works from home. So most days. We can just plug in the EV once it hits 11 o'clock. It's bloody annoying
That's when you turn on like the pool heater and the water heater.
Yes, the pool pump comes on, the heat pump hot water system comes on. We might turn the dryer on if it's a bad day or something like that. So it all comes on. It's fantastic. I can send you some screenshots of that. It's really cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I feel like that's always like painted as like the dystopian, like, oh well, you'll have to like be. Like, you're at the whims of other, the sun and stuff like that. It's like, but you just kind of figure it out, right? It's like the freest power source. Totally. You're just gonna like work with that.
It's free. I mean,
hey man, plants do it.
You're right.
It's free real estate.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to grab the graph now so I can show you.
Okay. But the freeness of it is very interesting. I think, like I said, I think that is. In the southern states, in the U.S. where there's just like Sunbelt, like there's got to be that much power, but I think just the uptake isn't quite there yet. So once it is uptaken,
I sent you the screenshot, so you can see
Okay,
this
cool.
is the last 24 hours or whatever. This is a few days ago,
Oh,
but
yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. But you can see that right at 11 p.m., boom, we start pulling all the power for 3 hours, and then it switches off, and then we've got and we charge the battery during that period as well. So
Well,
we're
this is
like,
the usage that you have. Like, it's just like hollowed out because it's not paid for. Is that right?
yes.
Oh,
Yes,
interesting.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, yep. So,
11 a.m.
so
too.
anything
11 p.m.
above
there's
the
not a lot of
line
solar.
there, yeah. So if there's anything above the line there, that's us consuming, and anything actually below the line,
Yeah,
the
you guys
orange
are
there is
maximizing.
us actually exporting. We've got so much excess that we export.
That's
And
great.
it's still, it's not winter here anymore. It just became non-winter the other day,
Yeah,
which is excellent.
that's great. That's great.
It's only going
I'm
to get better
jealous.
here.
Yeah, we're headed
You're
down into
downhill.
the dark
yeah,
times.
you're on the downhill.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
fine.
yep.
It's fine.
Live on the wrong side of the planet. Yep.
Well, I think it's 6 months out of the year. We all do, unless you live in the middle. Sorry to all you Central Americans. You know.
All right. Well, that's enough of this solar
Yeah.
power rubbish. I did an interesting repair the other day.
I saw it actually.
Videos
Yeah.
on my main channel. Yeah, it turned out to be very simple, but it's something that I didn't expect. It's this tennis remote. For those who haven't seen the video, it's this tennis remote control thing. So it's just a little micro with some buttons on the front, and it sends an RF remote signal, and it's got one of those membrane keypads on it, right? And it didn't work, and so I opened the thing up and I'm looking at it. And I'm going, and all of the keys didn't work except for one row, right? There was only one row of keys that worked, and I thought, well, these flat membrane keypads, you can get breaks where the actual membrane curves
flexure
over,
breaks,
right?
right?
Bends. Yeah, you can get these flex. I see them all the time, right? It's a very common failure mode in these flex cables, but usually that would only take out one row or one column, right? It wouldn't take out all four. It wouldn't take out 4 of the 5 rows. How do you have a break in 4 of the line, 4 out of the 5 lines? But it turns out that this cable didn't use copper in a copper trace. It actually used a silver conductive ink trace, and the silver migrated away or something on 4 of the traces. It was so I had to repaint. I had to get silver conductive paint and paint on the 4 traces, and boom, fixed. But that's something that I hadn't seen to that extent before.
I've never
something I
seen
didn't
that.
expect.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect it. Weird.
I have a friend who lost a row on his custom keyboard, and we've been troubleshooting that same kind of thing of maybe there's a broken trace. It's like a column.
A broken trace,
column.
a bad contact, whatever.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
4 of them.
Yeah, that is odd.
that
I think the
is-
cabling is interesting too, because that I could see it being, I don't know, maybe water ingress though. What do you think the actual migration?
No, because this thing had been hardly ever used, and there was no sign of water ingress at all. So and it wasn't the flexion point. It wasn't
right.
like that. It was being stressed or anything, because this thing was just sealed inside a box, and it didn't move at all. And it looks like some sort of weird chemical silver migration. Tarnish in. I don't know. Combines with oxygen in the air, and it just eventually died. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a chemist.
Okay.
So anyway, weird. So
yeah, that is weird, but good fix, man.
yeah,
that's a good one.
I was glad to get something that was at least interesting. If it was just a broken trace, it's oh God, I probably wouldn't have even bothered doing the video. I would have been very disappointed. Oh yeah, it's a broken trace due to the flex in the cable. Whoop-de-doo. But
Same
no,
as it ever was.
That's fascinating. But anyway,
I have been living one of the rules we've
The
had
dream?
stated. No, yes, living the dream. I'm very lucky, but no, living one of the rules that we've had stated many times on the show. But when you don't listen to your own rules, you
Kamagatsa?
yeah, exactly. I'm just I'm in it now, and I put 2. For some reason, my dumb brain thought that I could squeeze 2 test points right next to each other I think they're like 1 millimeter pads, like just like super tiny, super like, what the hell was I thinking? I didn't put any other test pads on board,
Oh. Something is
Is that the
like a phone's going off, and that's not my phone. What?
Dave's been invaded.
That's weird. Something weird just happened in. I don't know. Weird sound in the lab.
Is it the test pad police, Dave?
I don't know. It almost came from that laptop box that I sealed that laptop in. I swear, like that's where it sounded like it came from.
Weird.
What the heck?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's Microsoft calling. Hello, this is Bill Gates. I have a repair for your charger.
This lab's haunted.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway,
Time
sorry.
To move. Time to move. No worries. I think I'm living the, you could say it 1,000 times, like put good test pads on board, keep them well spaced, keep them like sane, and until you really screw yourself over and have to deal with it, you'll never learn that until you really mess it up yourself. You know what I mean?
Good work.
I'm sure you've never done this, right? You've never learned this
totally
the hard
not.
way.
No.
Pogo pins, the tiniest pogo pins you can possibly get.
And there's no more material left in the test jig to put the pogo pin through.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They're practically touching. It's like
exactly. That is exactly right. Yeah. It's like precision drilling.
So you end up doing them at an angle. Sorry, I've never done that.
Right. Of course.
So you end
never
up
have,
like.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's like
Oh God.
Yeah, it's like an acupuncture. You need like acupuncture needles to get this sort of thing going. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I did manage to. It's probably not as bad as I'm sure you've had to do in terms of the size of the pads are not like the smallest, but I did manage to get a 3D print working with lots of hot glue and lots of
nice.
lots of poking and prodding. I did get it to go, but yeah, I just feel like it's like one of those things where like no matter how many times we say it on here, it's not. People won't learn it until they learn it the hard way, right?
Right, got it.
Yeah.
Speaking of acupuncture needles, I stabbed myself with my soldering iron tip. It was not on at the time, but I was like, I've got like a holder on top of my soldering iron case that holds all the extra tips, right?
Okay.
So I got these new tips. Like I got an extra smaller like a handle so that could take smaller tips, for like really micro fine stuff, because I didn't really have anything that small. So I thought, I should probably get, an extra, handle.
And these are tips, not cartridges, is that right?
These are the cartridge. These are the JBC. So they're the smaller JBC. So it actually plugs into my existing JBC.
So it's like the fine, like
station.
the fine
It's just a smaller. It's not their smallest one. It's not their like nano one, but it's smaller than the one I had. So it takes these anyway. It takes these little, much smaller tips, so you can get into finer areas,
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I bought some of these brand new tips, and they're really super fine, and of course they're tiny sharp. They're needle sharp conical tips, right, to get into the finest location. So I was reaching over the soldering iron thing, and I accidentally put my hand on top of these tips, and I swear.
Oh, like not the ones that were off, like just the stored ones.
Just the ones sitting there, and
it's like its own bed of nails.
And I think it went like almost through to the bone, and I had this soldering iron cartridge hanging off my hand. It was embedded into my finger.
Man.
It was like, oh my God. Damn, they're sharp.
Yeah.
Bloody, unbelievable.
Yeah, a little lead's good for you, right?
Lead
injection once in a while.
It's fine. But damn, yes. They're needle fine, these points. I couldn't believe how they could like just totally penetrate and just hang there. I was actually going to take a photo of the cartridge hanging off my finger, but it was hurting too much. So
right.
So I just pulled it straight out.
Piercing.
Yeah.
Do you ever buy the really fancy JBC, like the tweezer ones? I never pulled the trigger on that myself. Like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they were going to send me like that. No, that was Pacer who were going to send me a tweezer one. But JBC make this like nano soldering iron. So it's like even smaller than this smaller one I had. They're insane. They're for doing like, 005 packages or something, like smaller than 0201, like smaller than, 0105. What is it? 01005 or something?
That's
it's like
right,
one of the smallest or something,
Yeah.
And they might even be smaller than that these days. But yeah, so they're actually designed for that, and they're just, oh my God, they're so insanely small. It's just, It's just nuts. Gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. I want
yeah.
one. But, you know, so I didn't go that extreme. I just went.
Yeah, you know, I know these were the small ones. I'm just saying, like, have you ever done the JBC style tweezers, like the?
Oh no, no, I've just got
type.
these cheapy. No, I've got a cheapy wireless battery recharger. Sorry, no, a plugs in via external USB. So I've got an external USB powered tweezer thing, and it's like, you know, it's okay. But no, I would like to get one of the JBC ones or one of the.
Yeah, I mean I have the knockoff of JBC, whatever it's called, the
right.
Thermaltronics knockoff.
Right.
It's like, you know, people that used to work there, they have lower cost manufacturing. They're very nice, the nice cartridges and stuff too.
That's the Australian company, isn't it?
Sure?
Thermaltronics?
No, I didn't.
Or am I thinking
think so.
of
Thermaltronics, I think, is a different one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $250 for like the handle, just for the tweezers, and then like another,
mine
you know,
was like
40 per cartridge, and you have to buy two. So
Yep.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not doing that much rework. If it was like
exactly.
if it was like Lewis or something like that, it'd be like, okay, maybe, but
yeah,
I'm not anything close.
I didn't buy the genuine tips. I just got, you know, eBay tips, because, you know, basically the amount of work I'm going to do with that ultra fine iron is nothing, right? I just need to have it there on hand if I need to do, you know, something fine. So yeah, didn't really justify, you know, the expense of having all genuine stuff. But I did buy the genuine JBC handle though, which goes into my
I think that's right.
existing iron. So it isn't like I can have both run at once. I've got to disconnect it and plug it in. But,
yeah,
you know,
it makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway.
I think if we were repair techs, it'd be a little different.
Oh no, if you're doing it every day, it's a different story.
Yeah.
It's the same with everything.
Yeah, of course.
In the lab, if you do it every day, you have dedicated tools, dedicated bench arrangements, dedicated everything, right? Dedicated consumables there, like, you know, just everything, just set up perfectly if you're doing it every day. Thing is, I don't do it every day, and that's, you know, and that it shows in my videos. People go, oh, why didn't you use a smaller iron to do this repair? It's like, oh, because I don't do this for a living. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
it's like, God, I'm not fixing, you know, phones every day, you know.
Yeah, some of the repair channels. There was one that my friend sent me.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
there's a
just
lot of
like
them now.
wild. I mean, yeah, there's so many out there now.
Yeah, they're really good.
So
they're
amazing.
really
And
great.
they were using these like sponge, like foam sponges for like sopping up flux and stuff like that. I never seen this before.
Yeah. They're using
those?
they use little wipes to and they have everything on hand. I saw subscribe to a Fix, I think it's YouTube channel, and like he's really good. I'm not sure if he's new, but he's like doing entire reviews of 10 different types of solder flux and 10 different types of solder wick, and really fantastic in-depth comparisons of all this, because that's his job, is to fix laptops and phones and things.
Exactly.
So
Oh yeah, flux
NanoFix.
battles.
I'll see if I can pull up the channel.
Yeah, flux. I just found NanoFix. It's great. I don't know if this is the same one. No, this is a Canadian guy. Yeah,
all right.
this
I'm
one's
not
good.
sure where he's from, but yeah, he's just like comparing.
Oh no, it's
all
the
these
same guy.
fixes.
Yeah, no, this is the
Oh,
exact
it?
same guy.
Okay.
This is I was because I was like, this looks familiar.
NanoFix.
Wife
Yeah,
learns
yeah, he's
reballing,
doing-
so he taught his wife like reballing VGAs and stuff.
I
That was
saw the
great.
one where his wife he taught his wife to do some.
Yeah, that's a great channel.
reballing.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy's great.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Give him a sub.
Okay,
Hey,
I'll
oh
link
no,
him
he's
in.
got 11,000. So no, that's views.
Yeah, no,
No,
this
he's
is like
only got-
17,000.
Yeah.
Let's get that number up
yeah,
here, folks. Come on,
17,000.
let's just,
70, yeah, get it up there. Oh yes, it's based in Canada. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And there's all these dedicated channels like this
Yeah,
that do
exactly.
it way better than I ever could.
Totally.
It's
Same.
like,
Yep.
I don't do this. Geez, I'm barely solder once a week if I'm lucky. And even
totally.
that I'm just doing a single joint or something. It's not like
Right.
I'm.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, so don't
Yep,
come asking
the
us
right tool
for
for the
our
job.
tips, folks. Come on, like go
Yeah.
find the experts. They all have YouTube
Yeah.
channels now.
Yep.
Dave and I are obsolete. That's what I'm trying to say.
See,
Why are they
yeah,
still here, Dave? Why are they still here?
See, that's the thing. People think I'm an expert, and you're only an expert if you do it every day. They're the experts, the ones who fix laptop. People go, well, why don't you fix this laptop, Dave? It's because, well, I've got no schematics. I've got no history in, like, how the hell am I supposed to do this? But somebody fixes laptops every day, They've got the skills. They've got they've got all the information because they're tied into the networks of getting these schematics from God knows where, and they've got the board view program that allows them to cross probe from the schematic to the thing, and and they've just got it down, and they've done it 100 times, 1,000 times.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It makes them an expert. Yes, I'm well known in the industry for doing stuff, but I don't do it every day. It's not my day job, so
That's right. You need a video made though. Dave's got it.
Right. Oh, man. Anyway, even though my soldering tutorials are incredibly popular, I think Adam Savage said he learnt to solder from one of my videos.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think he did say that once. So
I'm sure he's listening now.
Right. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He's a great channel. Do you watch it?
Hi, Adam. Which one? Which
It's
channel?
such a great channel. I love the testing channel. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you still? I have not been. I'm not watching.
Oh, you haven't been following? Oh no, he does all the prop things, and he goes to the space.
Oh yeah,
he goes to the museums, and oh my god, it's so addictive.
Huh,
oh god, it's such good
I'll
content.
have to give it another look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Adam Savage has tested. It's basically just him now, and it's him in his shop, and he does builds, and oh my god, it's incredible. So anyway, yep. That is one of my favorite channels. I spend time watching.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, can we talk about like right at the start of the show we were talking about no. Anyway, I did this review of this multimeter. Have you seen it? The A-Name 626.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what do you think about like the look and the feel of this thing? It's like just the weirdest.
It's something. Yeah.
It's something, yeah, right. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's something.
Yeah. I think this is the one. This is the one you mentioned on the show last time we spoke, right? This is the handheld?
Is it? Okay,
or
right.
The wearable.
Yeah, it could have been, but I actually ordered one. I feel dirty now that I actually ordered one. But everyone was like, going. This is so into like either this is the dumbest thing ever, or I think it's all right.
Yeah.
And no, it's just it's dumb. Even if you love the form factor, it's a poor implementation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, this is different. Sorry, we were talking about the wrist-worn one. This is not the wrist one.
Oh, the wrist one. Right. Oh, I've ordered a wrist one. It's in the mail. It might even turn up today.
Okay.
I ordered a wrist, it's like $10 on AliExpress or something, and it's got like fixed leads, and it's going to be so bad. But I just morbid fascination. I had to order one.
Yeah.
So yes, I've got this wrist-mounted multimeter coming. Oh my god. It's even worse than this thing. And it's like, I would like to know, because this was extensively talked about on the forum. I'd love to know, what is the minimum viable build number for something like this? Like someone at A&N comes up, oh, look, I got this great new design. Look, it looks like
how many?
Some space age. Yeah, the company, right? Sure. Right? They come up with this concept of this. How many of these do we have to sell to make it viable? Because they're churning out so many, infinite number of these multimeter designs. How many do they have to sell to make the entire project viable? I would love to know that number.
That is an interesting number. It's lower than I bet we would. It's lower than it would be in the US for
lower.
Sure.
I would guess a couple of thousand, because I actually have experience in this. My 121 GW multimeter, when we were developing that with Arcane, I said, well, how many would when we first started talking about it, I think I talked about this in one of my videos once. How do we, like I asked them, well, like they originally said, oh, we'd love to design a multimeter for you. We can definitely do this. Great. And I went, well, how many do I need to sell to make this thing viable? And they said, 3,000-4,000, something like that. And I said, I could probably do that, Yeah. And I'm not sure if they were lying just to get the business or what. I don't know, because they're like not a fly-by-night Chinese company. This is an American company who dealt with a Taiwanese company, and there were a lot of people involved, and but yeah.
I think it's a lot lower than that. I think sub 1,000 for. I think hundreds.
You think sub 1,000 for this thing?
I think
they can churn out all the molds and every. You got to do all the custom.
Well, I think that's the real thing. This thing looks
in.
like whenever you see a weird thing like this, I think this has got to be like, oh, this was actually like a tape measure, and they just closed up part of the middle.
They're reusing the tooling. You think? Yeah. Right.
Oh, I think so. I think it would be really interesting, like to put this in like a Google image search.
I don't think so. It looks similar form factor, but it's entirely custom tooling. I'm sure of it. Because it's got the tilt-in bail on the back, it's got the probes molded in the side.
Man. Like you can, You can modify molds,
Oh,
right?
you can
like
you could modify molds, but then you ruin
just
the
think
mold
about it. You
for
just
that
put in gates,
run.
and especially if they had it as like this kind of
Right.
generic case, unique
Yep.
looking, but it really does look
Yep.
like it looks like a tape
Well,
measure,
Can you cheaply machine a mold if you know that you're only going to use it and make a
Yeah,
couple
exactly.
of thousand of these? You wouldn't do a proper professional tooling mold that is designed for 100,000 or a million units, would
Or
you?
like you go to a marketplace and you buy a good but not great mold that somebody cast off because they're like, well, we can't do it. That doesn't meet our specs
Right.
anymore. But maybe you could use this and you could weld on a new gate for it,
Right.
and then add your own stickers and that sort of thing. Like I feel like that is very reasonable as a reuse kind of thing.
Yep.
So I think
But I
talked
think
about
you
these-
just 3D print the tool, like you just mill the tool now, wouldn't you? You'd just get one of those 5-axis machines and you could churn out a mold, like a steel mold for
it's
hundreds
tooling
of
st- like
bucks,
you could do a soft metal mold, but
yeah,
you could
that's
do
what I'm
that.
talking about. Yeah, like a alloy mold or something like that.
Yeah, you
Doesn't
could.
have to be like
But
tool
I
steel.
just think
Maybe we can do it.
it's more likely that it's gonna look like the other thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I could be wrong.
Anyway, if
I don't
anyone
know.
has specific, experience with that in Asia, I'm sure it's different in Western
I think
countries.
that's right,
The
yeah,
value
yeah.
proposition's different here than
Yeah.
it would be in China, I'm sure,
Yeah.
because they've got
Okay,
just
here-
so
here
much
we go. Look at this.
capability.
I just put this image. I just took a screenshot and I put
Yeah.
it into Google image search, and I'm finding tape measures. Look at this. I can send you a tape measure from Amazon.
Oh, really? Send me
Yeah,
a, send me a
like just-
Google image link.
Here, let me just send you the actual link to Amazon. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it just feels
Right.
like it's like looks like kind of the same. Where's my link to send you stuff?
It is much bigger than a tape measure, though.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, I don't
got
have a
it.
good
I'm
feel
opening
just from
now.
here. Yeah.
Right. I actually ordered. I was going to do this video. I haven't done it yet. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Right. I see where you're coming. Right.
Okay. How about this one?
Trying to see where
Let me
you're
just share a
coming
screen
from,
because I
right.
can just share a screen with you. Yeah, I
Right.
think
Yeah,
it's just
that is
like
big
it's
and
just
thick.
more likely. It's like Occam's razor in this
Right.
case. It's just like the more likely outcome because it's
Okay,
lower
yep.
effort to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, yeah. I suspect it's like 1,000 or two tops
Yeah, I think that's
that
right.
they have to sell of this thing, and they just I can see a screencast now.
Yeah. Like look at this thing.
Oh,
Look
it
at
could
this.
be like an ultrasonic
This is a Unity.
tape measure or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Unity.
Unity.
That's-
This is a laser transmitting / receiving.
Unity
port.
make laser tape measures.
Yeah, ruler tape. Apparently, I
What?
don't know. I don't know any of these things. I'm just clicking.
This is
Dave,
the test equipment company, Unity.
Yeah. I'll send you other
Oh,
links.
wow.
That's on Temu.
That's just
How about this one?
that's-
That looks just like it. Like it's just got lasers coming out
no.
every side.
I still I still think they just have a cheap way of
could be.
making
It could
molds
be.
cheaply. I think
yeah,
they just
it could be
you know.
too. It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
But
just you
anyway,
think about
yeah,
like
so
white
this-
label
this-
services and stuff like that. Obviously, this is
Yeah.
this is the one you link to. I'm showing Dave
Yeah.
the same thing that
Yeah, sorry.
Dave
Garden,
Jones
this
on
is not-
X, and then there you go. What the new fresh
Ah,
health is this?
me
That's
on
pretty
X.
good.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
are.
yeah. There you go. You've been indexed.
Excellent. Oh, that's great. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting indeed. But yeah, I said it could be as low as 500.
Sure. Yeah.
Who knows? Like, jeez, it's just it's crazy.
Ways,
crazy.
yeah. It is.
Whereas us poor Western designers wouldn't even dream of doing custom tooling like this for 500 or 1,000 units.
No.
It's like
I mean, some of it I just can't
Would
get
we?
my head around.
mean,
I
I
think
wouldn't.
like I think I mentioned it on the show last time we spoke, but like this board I've been designing around the Pro Micro form factor
Yep.
board with like a 52840 on. Like literally, I can't get that chip for less than $3, and this was $3 shipped to my house. So like
right.
something's
Yeah.
wonky in
Something's-
there, right?
yeah,
There's-
something's
something
wonky,
has
yeah.
broken down somewhere in that chain, and it's fine. I'm benefiting from it. Like at a certain point, it's like,
Yep.
shut up, Chris, just use it. Like that's fine.
Speaking of which, projects, update on my timer project. My little
Yeah, I saw your
micro
new
timer. I did it.
screen.
Yeah, I said new screen. It's like it's like the sharp ones, those sharp memory LCDs,
Yeah,
which
I
are
saw it.
stupidly low power. But the sharp ones are so expensive. They're
I
just
know.
crazy expensive, and they don't make them in the right form factor. But I found someone on the forum found this company that manufactures this. Great little LCD.
I went and looked when I watched the video, the goo display.
Yeah,
That's also
goo
who
display,
I bought.
yes.
I've done e-paper stuff before for a display.
Yeah, right.
For,
yes.
for
Yeah, they
Goliath. And
mostly sell the e-paper.
I bought from Goo Display as well, and that's
Oh,
the one where I was
oh,
saying
you
that
did.
it was a cast off. Who knows from where, but
Yep.
it's through Goo Display.
For those searching, it is not actually Goo Display. It's actually Good Display, but their logo puts the D inside the D, and you can't see it, so it ends up looking like Goo Display. Yeah, but the actual website, if you want to go to it, is Good.
Yeah, that's right.
Dash
Good
display,
display
or something.
Right,
Something
right,
like that. Yeah, anyway, very cool. But now I'm thinking, right, and because this is higher resolution, this is like 360 by, and then
not that
you
high.
get to the point, the interesting, like you think, oh, that's great, right? I get all that extra
What am I going to do with all those
resolution for
extra
free.
pixels? 80 extra
no.
pixels? What do I do?
Yes, you get all those extra resolution. You think you get those for free, but you don't. You pay a penalty in terms of data rate and processing.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So you've got like it's like requires, I don't know how much memory, I haven't run the numbers off the top of my head, but it requires all the memory to store that, and then you've got to transmit it over the SPI bus, and then if you want to update the screen, so your processor, which I wanted like a slow low power processor, I can't do a slow low power processor anymore. But because the data rate's updating this bloody LCDs so much, you know.
Right. You gotta
there's
chunk all the
tricks you
bits
can
over.
do to update only a small part of the screen and stuff like that. You send only the data that changes and stuff. But
Right. Yeah, I was actually surprised on your video. You said that e-paper can't be updated quickly, but there are some methods for updating e-paper.
there
quickly,
are
too.
yes, a lot of the
But you'll get
e-ink,
ghosting
e-paper
and all this
displays,
stuff,
yes,
and
they do actually have internal. A lot of them have internal circuitry that allows them to only update like a small window part of the display at a time, so you can extend the life there. But I was being a bit generic there.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, so there are ways, but the point is that the e-paper e-ink displays have a finite lifetime. You can't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they're expensive as hell. They're I think cost is the main thing.
No, they're not.
Oh,
e-ink e-paper,
okay,
they're pretty
fine.
cheap.
Okay,
the
fine.
smaller
The ones that
ones?
I used are very
Oh, okay.
expensive.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
$6 for like a 200 by 200. Like it's like a 40 millimeter by 40 millimeter screen. It's not big.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but $6 isn't. It depends on what you're doing, but $6 isn't. Like it isn't 60.
It's such a. Oh, sure. Yeah. More than I thought it would be. I guess I don't have a good fit in my head for what it should be for display. Yeah. I could buy
Anyway,
a whole.
so,
I
yep.
could. That's like 5 circuit boards worth of microcontrollers for me.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right.
So now I'm actually thinking, oh God, what process? Like, because the demo board for this came with an ESP32, and I'm
Yeah, I
going,
saw that.
oh,
with
should
the,
I?
with the antenna right in the middle of the board?
Yeah,
too.
should I add the Bluetooth? Should I add?
Ooh.
Like, should I add the Wi-Fi? Should I actually design this project so it has Wi-Fi Bluetooth capability to make it more flexible? And it's like, you
Flexible
can
for
turn
what?
the power off. Like you can turn the power off to the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth if you're not using them, I guess, to save power. But it's still way more higher power than like just a dedicated little micro that just doesn't have any of that crap. So
I mean, for you, I would say make it the easiest to program.
yes. Well, if
I
I've
think
if I've already got the example code for the ESP32, I might just stick with the ESP32.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so-
think that, and then also,
Yep.
if you are going to sell it, make it extensible for the audience too. Right? That's the other
Exactly. I want to make it hackable. I think people will be quite disappointed. It would limit the market if it was just
Yeah.
a fixed timer, but if it was a generic Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, battery-powered display, then that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's probably the right move.
So I might.
But you should
I might
move the
do that
antenna
for a
out to the outside of the board. That design.
Right. Well,
made me-
I'm going to be
maybe
laying
cry
out
a
my
little
own
bit on the
board.
inside. I realized they were
Right.
not actually doing it, but
So ESP32's still the thing.
personally, well, there's a wide
Wide-
range these days. Espressif
yes,
is
yes, it is.
their product line is nuts. Like the P4 is it's like a supercomputer. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, I don't want that. I want the
yeah.
lowest power,
Got it.
minimal viable.
Got
You
it.
know,
I like
thing.
personally. I like the C3. I think that's it's a
Right.
RISC-V part. That means they're paying less for licensing, and so it's just lower cost overall. So it's like a $2 module. It has Wi-Fi. It
Okay,
has
that's
Bluetooth.
acceptable. Yeah.
You can get it in the mini form
Does it have
factor. That's what I
Wi-Fi?
like. It's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Because some of
right,
the ones,
Yep.
I think the C6 does not have Bluetooth. It's Wi-Fi only. It's like their lower. It's like cost down version. Also,
Right.
All the C's, I believe, are RISC-V.
Okay, I'm not sure. I might have a C4. I'm not sure what's on the demo board. I haven't looked at all the offerings. All I've got to.
I thought your demo board was just a plain old ESP32, which is the
it could be.
Extensa, 180 dual core, 180 megahertz. Like
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't looked. I haven't looked that far. So yep.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the standard one.
Oh God, they've got the ESP32P, the S, the C, the H, just the regular ESP32, which is probably, and then they've got the 8266. What the hell?
So the S is going to have like USB on it. So if you need USB, if you need like to talk over USB, otherwise you can just USB to serial.
I'm probably going to have USB rechargeable battery in it.
You don't. That's fine.
So whether or not I connect the USB lines over, I don't see the point.
But here's the thing: you would still have it programmable. This is like a USB host, effectively. So if you needed the timer to be able to talk to the computer and send data back over that link, then that would be
right. Okay,
USB
gotcha.
host, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, most things. So like the ESP32 and all the lines are almost universally programmable over serial. They have a bootloader and a serial bootloader, and so you just put a cheapo chip on there. And then
that would be nice if it was if people could reprogram it over the USB. That would be nicer than having how's the regular ESP32 which just goes out to header, does it, or something? How does that?
No, most of them, almost all of them, also have cheap USB to serial sort of thing. So
okay, right.
And there's like the standard circuit with like if you look at your board. Q1 and Q2 are just like BJTs that are like kind of cross-wired. That's like a standard circuit you'll see on almost every espresso design, and that's like the boot indicator effectively. So it like holds down the boot, and then it resets, and then it puts it into bootloader mode. And so you could just copy that part of you could copy any ESP32 C3.
My demo board's actually running Arduino on this.
Yeah, I believe it. Yep.
Yeah. So should I stick with Arduino on the ESP32, or is that too kiddie?
I think it's kiddie. I think it's like if you're trying to optimize power eventually, I think you're going to want to go into ESP-IDF or other ecosystems that are tied into there.
But Arduino means it's super easy for everyone. Right?
Sure. Yeah. But if you're publishing, I think here's the platforms I think you could probably put on there without too much strife. You could do Arduino, you could do CircuitPython, you could do MicroPython rather, you could do Rust if you're nuts and you want to bring in that crowd. Sorry, Rustaceans. You could do Zephyr, you could do ESP-AF. I mean, and a lot of these are ecosystems. A lot of them are RTOSes as well. You could do bare metal. There's a lot of things targeting these ecosystems, and that's just scratching the surface.
The hardware's all the same though, right? So it makes no difference. So if I released mine using the Arduino code that I've already got, then people could just fork that and go, oh no, I'm going to do it like a real man, and I'm going to, do it in Rust or something.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
So just try and stop them basically. Yeah. At a certain point, you're going to be basically building like a. An ESP32, an extensible ESP32 display setup, right? You want it for a timer, but someone else might want it as
somebody else might want it as to display network time on their computer or something, or they might want to play games on it, or they might want to, I don't know.
Right.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think that's a decent idea. Especially if you don't have like strong feelings otherwise.
I don't have strong feelings. Whatever works, and which is the easiest. Cost is a bit of a factor. Power is a factor. But
I mean, what is your general target for costs? Like overall?
If it's a couple of bucks, if it's more than a couple, if it costs more than the display.
System cost.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Got it.
I don't have. But there's not much on it. There's basically the display, the processor, a couple of miscellaneous chips and parts, a battery holder, and a case, and some buttons. I mean, it's not.
Right. Yeah. The other thing that's nice is like if you'll have a case, you'll have the one that you design, but at a certain point, if it's just like a 2mm JST PH, plug, right, to plug into the various LiPo pouch packs that are out there, it's like, well, someone wants to get it to last for
I'm thinking
a longer
of
time,
an
bigger battery.
18650 straight on the board.
Oh.
Okay. So you literally plug an 18650 into a battery holder on the board, so you can change it.
Yeah.
Then power via external USB.
Yeah,
and
that's how
charge
the
it via
recharging
external
happens.
USB.
Sure,
yeah,
sure,
so charge it on board.
Okay.
Because the battery meets the form factor requirements. So the battery
sure.
kind of like tucks in behind the angled display kind of thing, and it's almost the perfect width, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I've used those
rather than
those
some square lipo.
those holders, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then tape it down and, all that sort of, I don't know. Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, my next video will probably be me playing around with the Arduino code and getting
Got it.
it just talking and compiling and, stuff like that. So
Yeah. You could look at, I guess I don't know how much it's going to be like updating the screen and stuff like that. Like in a true like power down mode, you could turn everything off. I mean, you could, like Kevin Dara has, he's another YouTuber. And it
powers up every second to display the clock. It just powers up on a interrupt, right? You can just do a background interrupt. It sleeps, and then you interrupt every once per second. You dump the data over to the memory and shut down, over to the display and shut down again. Anyway,
that's a fun project.
I've got to get into that, so
it
gives me something to work on anyway, with the very little time I have available at the moment. Crazy. Anyway, we are well over time.
Yeah, you should go do some work. I should probably go to sleep. It's pretty late here. So.
Oh yeah, on that opposite side of the planet thing.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. Well, good catching up, and we'll chat soon.
Catch you next time.